What's up, everybody? This is my review of the Star Wars Galactic Heroes AT-AT Walker, or AT-AT. And it needs no introduction. Everybody knows what this Star Wars vehicle is all about. But this is a really nice AT-AT Walker, I have to say. And for being somewhat of a child's toy or aimed at children, it still has an incredible amount of detail that a collector of Star Wars is going to be pleased about. And what I mean by that is, if you'll notice just throughout the whole figure itself, there is a lot of plastic detail. There's a lot of detail molded into the plastic, and there's also some color variation here with a darker gray. And they could very simply have just made this flat gray without any molding detail, and that would have been okay. But if you just look at this incredible amount of detail here at the rear section of the vehicle, you can definitely see a lot of detail there. So fantastic job by Hasbro. Again, on the top you have detail, and that's the other thing. They could have just put detail on the sides and the top, but if you look at the bottom, there is quite a bit of detail there as well. So really great job. I mean, like I say, I would argue that it's primarily aimed at children, but for a collector, this is a worthy addition to a adult collector's Star Wars collection, especially if you have the the vintage AT-AT as well as the 2010 version. Speaking of, I will be doing a size comparison of that later. But yeah, just really nice. Well, let's get the basic stuff out of the way. You do have articulation at all four legs, like that. From here down to here, it's all just one piece. You can't articulate that at all. But you do have articulation, as you can see, at the area here. So you do have a range of movement there. The guns at the front here, they rotate 360. And this does have a light and sound feature. If you'll notice here on the front guns there's the clear plastic where you'll see a red light. And there's actually a speaker right here. This is the speaker. And if you're wondering where the battery is, the battery compartment that is, it's actually right here. And there is a screw right there, which you unscrew and insert two AA batteries. So speaking of the lights and sounds, there is a switch down here, off and on. I'm going to go ahead and activate that, turn it to the on position, and the actual button is right here. And they're actually a series of 3 sounds. The first sound is the lasers firing. The second sound is kind of the same thing, it's just weapons being fired. And the third sound is the AT-AT vehicle walking. So let's go ahead and take a listen here. And notice that these will light up when I press the button. So that's pretty cool. So the driver or pilot area, this does open pretty much like the toy does. Well, I mean, I should say the vintage toy as well as the 2010 version. Again, look at the incredible amount of detail in there. It's just fantastic. You've got a little control center here, which is painted with a dark silver color, which is nice. A lot of detail there, as you can probably make out right there. Detail back there in the plastic, even on the sides here. And you do have some detail on the floor. So it does come with this AT-AT driver figure. This guy pretty much has articulation at the wrist, and just one wrist at that. So just one point of articulation, but it's cute. It's nicely detailed. A good version of the AT-AT driver. Now he can sit in here. It's a little bit awkward because you can't really the gun doesn't come out, so the actual cockpit canopy does kind of close. Yeah, it actually closes pretty well, just depending on how you place the figure in there. But yeah, you can see there, that goes in there just fine. So, moving to the inside of the actual body of this walker, this opens up, revealing another vehicle, which is cool, and it stores here via a couple tabs here, and you can see there it's very nicely in place, and you can store it inside if you want to have it stored away. But let's take a closer look at this. Again, fantastically detailed. A really good job on Hasbro's part. The controls here articulate. So really nice. And the driver can sit on there, as you can see. He can't really grip the controls, but he can fire, fire as he's driving his or piloting his speeder bike. This is cool. So looking on the inside, again, a lot of detail. Even on this cover here, you can see there's just basically they could have very simply just not included all this detail here, but it's there, which is very nice. I can't say enough about the detail work on this particular toy. Really nice. Back here you can see, again, saying it again, a lot of detail back there. Some color variation to the plastic. You can see here, this area here is also detailed. You do have this string here, and there actually is the trap door, if you will. It opens up. Let me go ahead and zoom out. You can see down there. Sorry about that. And go through there. Basically, you can simulate the scene where Luke Skywalker comes through, and well, not really comes through, but basically disables the AT-AT walker. In this case, you don't have a Luke Skywalker figure, so you'll have to make do with this guy, and some way you can wrap it around the figure and have him dangle from there. If you have a Luke Skywalker, obviously that would be better. But yeah, pretty nice play feature. So I'll go ahead and close that up. You can see down there. So I guess the final verdict on this is, despite this being apparently a toy for a child, it really is a very detailed toy, and definitely I would say worthy of a adult Star Wars collector's collection. So one more feature you can pull up here on this tab. I just can't see that. There's this little thing here that normally is recessed in there, but you can pull this, and that will pull up the that cord. So you do have that play feature as well. So there you go. That was a look at the Star Wars Galactic Heroes AT-AT Walker. Definitely a nice buy. And I got this at a discount store. So I got it for I think it normally retails for around $30, and I think I got it for like $20. So really nice, really nice set here. And with that, I will close this review by showing you some video footage of a size comparison of the Galactic Heroes AT-AT Walker with the 2010 and the vintage 1980s version. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.